Johannesburg, in Nelson Mandela, and you this time have just marched and voted with your feet to bring us to this point. We thank you. We are very happy to be here. Now that you have voted and voted for the motion of no confidence, after this, we will go into the House. Members of different political parties, both of the governing party and of opposition, we will forget the towns and cities from which we come. We will not think about the provinces from which we come. We will think about all of you, the people of our country, who have lost the freedom of your country because you entrusted it to Zuma, who then gave it to the Guptas, who took your government and gave it to the Guptas, for them to decide what cabinet and what money to take. We will think about your future. The fact that you have no medicines in the hospitals and clinics. We will think about the fact that your children have no money in the universities and the schools. We will vote guided by what is good for you and for our country. We will vote to support this motion of no confidence. Amandla! Power to the people! Power! Power to the people! Power! Mandla!
Kawetu!
Awu umbuso amasela uwe!
Awu!
Awu umbuso abakhwaphiliza uwe!
Awu!
Jacob Zuma Now I'm going to call a leader from the Freedom Front to give a message.
Let us say to Jacob Zuma, the people has come to say goodbye.
Yes,
he may think and may ask the question, where are the people going? We say, we are here to stay, but you are going. We say goodbye to Zuma. U werk hard vir die geld. U betaal belasting. U wil 'n beter lewe hê. U wil hê daardie belastinggeld moet werk skep. U wil hê daardie belastinggeld moet vir u kinders geleerdheid gee. U wil 'n beter lewe hê. Maar die geld word gesteel. En u weet mos, die deler is so goed soos die steler. En die steler moet tronk toe gaan. En daarom sal ons die delers en die stelers laat tronk toe gaan. We must change the system where the people elect the president, not the party in parliament. We, the people, must have the say of who is the president of our country. So we say to Zuma, your time has come. You must go. 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 You must go.
Civil society has played an important role, and the power rests with the people. No stranger to civil society movements, Save South Africa has done so much. Please welcome Sipho Pachana.
Asibesami siyabafuna.
Niyabasawana.
Asibesami siyabafuna.
Niyabasawana.
Asibesami siyabafuna.
Phansi ngwazuma phansi.
Phansi.
Phansi ngwazuma phansi.
Phansi.
Comrades, today I just want to address myself one more time and make a plea to those who represent us in Parliament.
You must remember the words of the prayers in song by that great African Uti Soga. Bona izwe lakowethu xolele izono zalo. Ilizwe lakowethu namhlanje lisebugqwayibeni. Ilizwe lisenyunywini. Elilizwe liya kwantshabalala. Our country is on a road and a path to destruction. This country, this great nation, this great inheritance from our leaders, Nelson Mandela, Oliver Tambo, Desmond Tutu, and many others, is being driven to hell by one person. Why would you let that happen? We count on each and every member of parliament today to do the right thing. And the right thing is to say to Jacob Zuma, enough is enough. You must please go. We know that you are on the other side. You don't serve our interest to serve the interest of others. You must please go and let us be free. We must tell Jacob Zuma, we must urge every member of parliament, especially those in the ANC. You must know that we know many members of the ANC that have tried to ask Jacob Zuma to leave, and he has refused. We know many members of the National Executive Committee of the ANC who've asked him to go, and he has refused. He has been pleaded by stalwarts of the ANC to go. He has refused. This is the only chance that ANC members have to remove him. We all plead that you must please join every other member of parliament and tell Jacob Zuma to go. Bona izwe lakowethu. Jacob Zuma must go. Jacob Zuma must go. Jacob Zuma must go. Save South Africa!
Save!
Save South Africa!
Save!
Save South Africa!
Save!
Thank you very much. Viva South Africa! Viva!
Viva!
Viva South Africa! Viva!
Viva!
Auwe Musa wa Zuma! Auwe! Comrades! Comrade fighters! Let us welcome Comrade Tutu! Comrade Bavi, over to you.
Amada! Away two! Once upon a time, in the history of the world was confronted with an immediate threat to peace, to rationality, to tranquility, and to everything that is good to humanity. The world then did not hesitate to put aside the usual differences, to forget that the communists were the communists for a moment, to forget that the socialists were the socialists, the capitalists were the capitalists, the Christians, all manner of divisions were forgotten, and the people joined hands to defeat Adolf Hitler in Germany who was a threat to the world peace. In South Africa today, we are facing a gentleman who is using the credibility of an organization that played such a historic role in liberating South Africa, but who have turned against everything that unites us as South Africans, who is turning our country into a banana republic, who is taking us down the road of a kleptocracy and a predatory state, who is looting and pillaging the resources of the country, and who is mortgaging the whole country into the private family for a very cheap plate of curry that he is enjoying in sexy world. So today, notwithstanding all of the usual divisions exist amongst all of us here, we have come in our personal capacities to join with you to say to the members of parliament, for the sake of our country, for the sake of your own children, for the sake of workers who are losing their jobs in their millions, for the sake of those 14 million people who go to bed without anything in their stomachs, for the sake of the 9.3 million South Africans who are unemployed and roaming the streets without any hope, for the sake of our children who are trapped in the lives of drugs, for the sake of our children, for the sake of our women, please, please, we are pleading with you, for the sake of the future of all of us as South Africans, ask the President to step down between now and 2 o'clock. And if he doesn't do so by 2 o'clock, please vote against him and say goodbye. Thank you for nothing, for almost destroying our country. Thank you very much.
Viva Comrade Vavi, viva!
Viva!
Viva Comrade Vavi, viva!
Viva!
Comrades, we are now going to call upon a representative of the freedom movement, Comrade Brutus Mala, to address us. Comrade Brutus, over to you. Viva South Africa, viva!
Viva!
Viva South Africa, viva!
Viva!
Today we are saying our country deserves better. We are saying Zuma must go. For far too long our country has been subjected to an illiterate, corrupt and gullible president. We are saying enough is enough. Now we have heard memes since Valeka did the right thing yesterday, that people are starting to talk about amnesty. Now we are saying amnesty for what? A fugitive is a fugitive, he belongs to jail. We are looking forward to a better future for South Africa. A future without Zuma. A future without the Guptas. Viva South Africa, viva!
Viva!
Comrades, fighters, discipline! Siyamwaba uZuma, siyamwaba! Siyamwaba uZuma, siyamwaba! Mauwe mfumbukuzo kaZuma, mauwe!
The next speaker is a speaker from Future South Africa who represents a coalition of civil society, political parties and trade unions. Please put your hands together for Kumi Naidu.
Amandla!
Away!
Maibuye!
Ya Africa!
Ya Africa!
Bayuye!
Dear
brothers and sisters, we want to ask President Zuma to make 3 telephone calls. The first telephone call he needs to make between now and 2 o'clock is to the Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Manana, to say you are fired. Please, we cannot have tomorrow is National Women's Day, and we have a senior leader in our government who abuses women in public. President Zuma must get rid of him. That's the first call. The second call he needs to make to President Putin. He needs to call Moscow and say to President Putin, my people do not want your nuclear deal because nuclear is too expensive, it's too dangerous, and will deliver too little, too late to take our people in rural areas out of energy poverty. So we must say no to nuclear. No to nuclear. And if we vote Zuma out today, the nuclear deal will die. Because the nuclear deal is about supporting Duduzane Zuma and the Guptas who own Shiva uranium, and they are the ones that will benefit, not the people of South Africa. The third telephone call that civil society would like President Zuma to make is to Speaker Baleka Mbete. He can say, I heard the opposition parties asked me to go, I didn't listen to them because they're the opposition parties. But we ask him to call her and say, I heard the South African Council of Churches. I've heard the South African Communist Party. I've heard the South African Federation of Trade Unions. I've heard COSATU. I've heard the veterans. And I finally am going to resign before 2 o'clock. But if he doesn't make that telephone call, to the members of parliament, and particularly to the ANC members of parliament, you cannot say anymore that you don't want to support a motion because you didn't bring it. Understand that you will be equally guilty of everything that President Zuma did if you don't remove him today. For the money that he's stolen, for the collusion that he has done, we want our members of parliament to do the right thing. So we hope they don't need to do it and President Zuma makes that call. But if they need to do it, we expect them to do it. Otherwise, the people of South Africa will never forget the betrayal that we'll see in Parliament if this vote doesn't go ahead. Amandla! Maibuye! Africa! Maibuye! Amandla! Amandla! Zuma uwe! Masala uwe! Umbuso abakhwaphiliza uwe! Phansi ngendlala phansi! Phansi ngendlala phansi! Phansi! Comrades, we have been down this road many times. This time we sent the speaker to the Constitutional Court, and now she has delivered this, what we wanted. Now we are going to call one of the leaders of the United Democratic Movement to come and give you his address. Thank you. Amandla! 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 Viva the People's Republic of South Africa! Viva! Viva! Phansi ngamasela! Phansi! Phansi! Phansi ngombuso kamsholozi! Phansi! Phansi! Phansi ngamaxoki! Phansi! Phansi! Makabane inyaniso kamsholozi. Isikanakwana ingathi ngunqeyoyo weshiyeleni. Hayi, uwakathi sithi sanene ilonto. Okwesibini, the reason why eze apha namhlanje kwicaucus ye-ANC is because uyazi amasabeke elangweni umphokoqo unexhala. Hey, they keep telling us, chaps, ladies and gentlemen, that ukususa removing Jacob Zuma from the office would be equivalent to detonating a nuclear bomb in South Africa. When they say that, we must tell them that no nuclear bomb can be worse than Jacob Zuma's misrule. Asimsusu msholozi makasuke. Mahambe msholozi mahambe. To our ANC colleagues, we have made it possible for you to vote in secret.
Because when it was an open ballot, you did not have the courage to remove President Zuma. Now the ball is in your court to do the right thing. You will probably not get another opportunity in your NEC to remove Umsholozi. We have delivered to them a secret ballot. But I think what is more important is that they need to realize that South Africa is at a crossroads. We need not only to find the road, but we need to also search for the direction that the country needs to take beyond this. It is also important, comrades, that we say that the people who are here today are the defenders of the South African Constitution. Viva! Viva! The people who are here today have the best interests of South Africa and her people at heart. And the people who are here today are saying, let us work together towards building a South Africa in which we all look forward to the sunrise of our tomorrow. I thank you very much. Amandla! Amandla! Magahambo Zuma Magahambe! Amandla! 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 Mayibuye! Africa! Awe muso amakhodu awe! Awe muso amakhodu awe! I'm going to request the people with mics not to respond so that we hear the response from the people. Mandla! Abanizwa, there are in a caucus in there. We want you to say away to so that they can hear that Amandla are not inside but here. Amandla! Away to all power! All power to the people! Thank you very much, comrades. My job is very simple. It is to introduce to you to speak the Commander-in-Chief of the EFF, President Julius Sello Malema.
Amandla! Amandla! Down with Jacob Zuma, down! Down! Down with Jacob Zuma, down! Down with ANC, down! Down with ANC, down! Viva South Africa, viva! Thank you very much. Our leaders from civil society and opposition parties, our ground forces, and fellow South Africans. We thank you for coming here in your numbers. We thank you for putting your political differences aside and coming in your numbers to protect your country. Because our country has been sold to the Guptas, and we are here to reclaim our country. This country does not belong to Jacob Zuma and his family. It belongs to us. And we are here to send that message only, that the country belongs to us, and if Zuma fails to preside over this country, we will take it from him and assign it to people who will respect the Constitution. So all of us, let us exercise restraint and discipline. Let us tolerate one another and appreciate that we come from different political organizations and cultures. So let's be patient with one another. Let's listen to our marshals. Let's listen to our leaders. We are going inside now. We are going to fight. Not even those white shirt bouncers can defend Zuma today. We are going to deal with him decisively. All members of parliament, they must vote in protection of the Constitution. They must vote in protection of this country. We have given them a secret ballot. And if they vote for Zuma, even in secret, then you must know that the problem is not Zuma. It's all these criminals who are found in this parliament and they call themselves honorable members. Once they vote for Zuma, they cease to be honorable. They are fellow criminals with Zuma, all of them. So they have no reason to hide. Today, secret ballot has been delivered. We promise you that we will do everything in our power to remove this man. Even if we fail today, we will still meet him in the Constitutional Court because he still has got a case of impeachment to answer. We still have a criminal case against him to answer. He will never have a peaceful sleep. The only time Zuma will have a peaceful sleep is when he resigns and go back to Nkandla and look after cattle. Thank you very much.
Political parties, members of parliament, Democrats, fighters, comrades. Today, we can talk about our differences, but that's not what today is about. Today, we can say whether you are Christian, Muslim, Jew, red, blue, black, colored, Indian, labor, business, we are united behind one message to say South Africa deserves better and Zuma must go. Amandla! Fellow South Africans, I think all of us know the crime that Jacob Zuma has committed is not only that he is a servant of the Guptas. He's no longer the servant of the people of South Africa. It's not the only crime that Jacob
violated the Constitution by building himself a mansion when our people don't even have houses, so that his cows have a better life than our people. That's not the only crime. Hey man, Jacob Zuma ukariki CEO ya Pick and Pay. He picks bad ministers and then he has to pay them to vote for him. That's why we need a secret ballot today. Maraska Kribi. Zuma, while we are talking about Zuma, South Africans are losing work. Industries are shedding jobs. While we are discussing Zuma, people on social grants are finding life tough. While we are discussing social grants, you want to tell me how can one person hold the destiny of 58 million people to ransom all because he's selfish? No, that's not the only crime he's committed. He is the greatest sellout, and we are here to say we will not sell South Africa out. As a member of parliament and leaders who are here, we will vote this afternoon to make sure Jacob Zuma watsamaya manza. But fellow South Africans, Wabona, when it's like this, you put your differences aside. You say this country deserves better. They are in caucus at the moment, scheming how they are going to survive. Rona, we are not here to caucus. We are simply here to say our vote is not a secret. Zuma, please, you must go. We tabled this motion. People say it's another motion after another motion, because we want to place South Africa ahead of the Guptas, ahead of Jacob Zuma, and we want to bring change in South Africa that will deliver jobs for our people, that will deliver a future for our people. Amandla! I'm here to plead with you, Democrats. Times are tough for too many people. Is genoeg, man. Ik weet niet van hulle, maar ek sê ek is gatvol vir Jacob Zuma. Ons is almal gatvol vir daardie man. We can't be reading every weekend of Jacob Zuma. Ons soek verandering, we want change. Sifuna upendula. That is why we stand together today, saying if the ANC wants to protect Jacob Zuma, we are not going to protect Jacob Zuma. His criminal cases are going to come. I hear Honorable Malema saying to all of us, he must go rest in Nkandla. Ndate Malema, no! He must go to jail! That's where the criminals go. You must end up in jail, not in taxpayers' luxury that you have built for yourself. It's time for change, Amanza! So I'm here to ask you, we are going to go inside there to vote. I want you to remain here. I want you to stand with us when we count every single vote today. Because until we remove Jacob Zuma, then our work is not done. Fellow South Africans, today we stand united. We stand united behind South Africa. We stand united for the future of South Africa. And we say it is high time Zuma Atamaye. I'm going to ask you now, from wherever you are, to lift up your fists and realize we are united, saying Aman Shangawetu. We stand united, fellow South Africans. Forward, South Africa, forward! Forward, South Africa, forward! Oh, yeah, Rona! Rona! Oh, yeah, Rona! Oh, yeah, Rona! Oh, yeah, Rona!
sheshele morao ho ya rona ba pelo tse thata ke re ho ya rona ho ya rona ba pelo tse thata ke re ho ya rona
It is now time for our leaders to go to Parliament, to go and vote in Parliament, to remove Jacob Zuma. So let us allow them to get off stage in order for them to go and vote inside. We want to thank all of you. In the meantime, we will make sure that we see the proceedings here on screen so that we can see what is happening inside Parliament. So please, let's keep on singing this entertainment. Thank you very much, comrades. South Africa! Cape Town! Down, Jacob Zuma, down! Down, Jacob Zuma, down! Run, Jacob Zuma, Use your Twitter handle. Use your Twitter handle. Hashtag Zuma must go.